Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our daily dose, our dosage. No, we're casting a game. I need to work on my intros, but it's Acrillus. What's up? Uh, Today's game we're gonna be casting as we go through that whole winners bracket coverage is gonna be Dream League Season 11's. I believe the first round of the winners bracket match between Keen Gaming and Evil Geniuses, otherwise known as EG. If you're not familiar with the opposing team, Keen Gaming, I believe many players will probably be already familiar with Evil Genius's TI3 champions? TF2? I want to say TI. No, I'm not too sure at this point. But they are TI champions, formerly. Not all members, as they have changed their roster a considerable amount. But still very prominent players, still very high skill cap players. So we should be able to see a pretty good performance out of them. If you're not familiar with King Gaming, one of the Chinese teams overall, essentially just like another branch Chinese team. What do we have here? If we're not familiar with the players, Old Chicken is their position one. The guy with the line there, the horizontal line, that is the Chinese character for one, otherwise pronounced as E, and he will be the position two player. 11 is our boy on the position 3. Kaka with that classic position 4. And Dark with that classic position 5. Not much else to go over here. Let's just get right into the draft. If we're taking a look at these two teams, I have no real, I think Chinese teams perform pretty similarly as we get to the ban phase here. Oracle being one of those pretty obvious bans, pretty strong as of late. I think in the group stage wasn't used too much or wasn't like prioritized a lot in ban picks, but it still showed up from time to time and proved itself to be a really strong pick, which is why I think it comes up so early. Lone Druid also being one of those things that is pretty good flex pick overall, as well as like elements of split push and you know you can do a lot of things with Bear without having to risk a lot. So it's a really comfortable pick that a lot of people can take in a lot of situations, so it gets locked out. A really interesting choice King Gaming has made is to ban Mirana. I believe that's probably targeted towards Sumail, the mid Mirana probably being one of the more dangerous things I'd expect, and it seems decent in this meta with like Bane setup and a lot of CC for setup on the arrow. Speaking of CC, Dark Willow also getting removed by King Gaming. Good support generally used for team fighting overall, though I wouldn't say it's not as great in early game. I say it's still very potent, but a lot of supports nowadays are very all-in-y, and Dark Willow is not really prepared to deal with that. But that's probably more of a targeted ban towards Crit, the position 4 player on Evil Geniuses. Really good with Dark Willow, so gotta be wary of that. Evil Geniuses opting to ban the Razor out as the response to the Mirana ban, probably just in case they decide to choose that. Mirana probably being their preferred pick. As the Rook ban comes out, targeting that position 4. Cuddle being the first to come in. Surprisingly enough, the Chen hasn't been seen anywhere on the draft yet, and it has been a high priority pick and been for pretty much every single game in this tournament. They do opt for the Cuddle instead, though, so we might see the Chen as the counter pick here for Evil Geniuses. Coddle here is a good choice because it's like a really strong later, and it'll enable usually Coddles get paired with like Jugs or Life Stealers or like carries that need like a little more time or a little more protection, and Illuminate combined with like Chakra Magic to spam spells, as well as like the general Will-O-Wisp when you're 6 to help with team fighting. Really helps out with that. So Evil Genius is gonna opt for taking actually 2 of their cores already. So the Viper pick for the mid and the Lifestealer pick for the carry already locked in. Evil Genius is really not trying to mess around with it too much and pretty confident that King Gaming is actually able to respond. So who knows? That's a lot of confidence from Evil Geniuses though, just declaring their 2 picks outright without any bans on the spell immune or the spell piercing supports like Winter Wyvern, Bane, Shadow Demon to an extent, and a couple other things. Not that I can remember them now. Enigma being also kind of okay one. Slardar as well. Slardar could be the opposing pick of choice here in this situation. You probably want to choose your counter picks here, but mid seems a little early. So probably the off lane or the position 4 is going to get picked here. I'd suppose it could be the safe lane too as
Radiant
well.
team's turn to ban.
Yep, as a Slardar pick comes out to counter that Lifestealer pick. It's pretty good overall. I mean, it requires you to purge Corrosive Haze constantly, which like can bait out rages at inopportune moments, or make it a lot harder. The Bash does pierce spell immunity too, from Slardar, so it's a really nice laning tool against the Lifestealer. Pretty much gives you kill pressure, where in many
10
cases
seconds
in a
remaining.
Lifestealer lane you don't get a lot of kill pressure, so we'll see how that shapes out. I
5
don't expect the
seconds
Coddle to go
remaining.
together with the Slardar though, but it should be a pretty potent pick overall. We'll see how Evil Geniuses choose to respond as King Gaming get the first ban in the second phase. If they're thinking about playing against Evil Geniuses comp right now, you want to ban out. Hmm, they already have their mid. They already have their carry. You know, lock out some good supports for them. Try to make their laning phase as difficult as possible. You already have the Slardar in the lane, so I think the target should be the position
Dire team's
5
turn to ban.
as the Earth Spirit gets banned. Okay, yeah, position 4 ban to
Radiant team's turn to
reduce
ban.
overall global pressure, since the Earth Spirit's probably one of the best early on like team fighters, or gankers or skirmishers, whatever you'd like to call it. He likes to fight a lot early is essentially what we can say about him. So good ban for King Gaming to take that out of the mix. EG opt to ban the Morphling. Uh, Potentially as the mid pick, since the Viper can be flexed technically to offlane.
10 seconds remaining.
Or sorry, no, I'm talking about their draft. We're talking about Keen Gaming. So picking
5
out the Morphling would
seconds
be pretty good for
remaining.
them. It's a really aggressive safe lane pick, or optionally also a mid pick, though against the Viper probably wouldn't be super successful. It's really strong. It would allow King Gaming to hit like a power spike earlier on, which is very nice against a Lifestealer who really just has to wait for one item Radiance in many cases. So unless he decides to build an
Dire team
armlet
banned.
first, which has also been an option for a lot of people these days, since the meta's kind of picked up in pace and the games are starting to end sooner and sooner. Um, Next band coming out from King Gaming going to be the Pangolier. Another strong pick overall, really strong in this meta.
Dire team's
Um,
turn to pick.
that leaves the Puck pick open though, so Pangolier gets commonly countered by Puck with the Dream Coil, as well as like the instant
Radiant team's
silence.
turn to pick.
But the Rolling Thunder is really nice in team fights. Has been this whole tournament. Really nothing that people can do to stop it other than like hitting it with a Ag's Dream Coil, or hitting with a Dream Coil before he gets the ulti off. Essentially, you're gonna like get a Rolling Thunder every single fight, which is something that's really hard to deal with in fights since he's spell immune. But the response is gonna be the Weaver ban out from Evil Geniuses.
10
Yeah, another
seconds
strong
remaining.
laner. So two of the really strong range laners have been removed in the
5
equation.
seconds remaining.
In all possibility, we can expect probably a Jug maybe, or a PA. I wouldn't say. I'd say Phantom Assassin's pretty bad here against the Viper. The Witch Doctor is a very interesting choice too. Very surprised to see it. Haven't really seen it in any picks whatsoever, but
Dire team's turn
might
to
just be
pick.
something EG have been trying to go with lately, as the more what would seem to be the more optimal pick, the Shadow Shaman comes out. Um,
Radiant team's turn to
Witch
pick.
Doctor's better for being a super aggressive lane, as EG locking in Clockwork too. So they're setting up a very aggressive lane here. Tail with Witch Doctor, Maledict, and the Clockwork. We can expect the offlaner to probably be something good for team fights, like a Brewmaster, I'd say. To round out their comp, that'd be a good choice. What is King Game's response going to be here? That Shadow Shaman has to be go with the Slardar, so you got to pick your safe lane, your
10
mid
seconds
here.
remaining.
In all honesty, I wouldn't give them that last ban for the safe
5
lane.
seconds
I'd probably
remaining.
pick it now. Though they need to find something that's good against this. If they're gonna try lane, they have to expect the possibility of getting tri lane either against the Slardar off lane or against King Gaming's safe lane. Shadow Shaman not really being a notorious tri laner, as well as Caudel, so we can expect King Gaming to go with that. Probably the just simple 2-1-2 lane assignments. This is really interesting from Evo Geniuses. The Witch Doctor sort of functions the same as Shadow Shaman, where you have CC and like enhanced kill
Dire
potential with
team
the
banned.
Maledict. But you lack that split push, and instead you supplement it with a lot better of a team fight with the ward. the ulti. As Death Prophet gets locked in for King Gaming, they're opting to go for that mid pick first instead, I guess. Which, I mean, yeah, I guess that's reasonable since they have the second, or no, they have the first pick,
10
so it doesn't really
seconds
matter.
remaining.
So I mean, they're just risking getting the preferred carry banned out
5
here.
seconds remaining.
Whereas I think Evil Geniuses wouldn't have chosen to ban Death Prophet out. I think they would have chosen like ban out a potential carry. But that's on them. It could also have been a good choice here. I just don't expect. I just don't see the Death Prophet being super important to pick up right now. Whereas like you could potentially get like a really nice carry, like a I'd say Jug does well in
Radio
here,
team ban.
kind of. Who else does well in like a Clockwork ulti in like years? I'm thinking of someone who like survives decently in long range. PL might be a good choice here, and that could also get banned out as the troll. Is the preference for Evil Geniuses to keep out of this game? Just having a carry that doesn't die for 5 seconds, almost guaranteed. Along with the turnaround from like Exorcism,
10
Wards,
seconds
and
remaining.
Will-O-Wisp from King Gaming makes it a little more difficult. So
5
they want to keep
seconds
it a little more,
remaining.
keep it simplistic. Get as many kills with this Clockwork Witch Doctor combo. That's probably gonna roam around. In all honesty, we're probably gonna see a position floor Clockwork on from crit maybe. Could also be the position three
Radio
though.
team's turn to pick.
The way things are shaping out, I'd say Witch Doctor is probably better off with Clockwork against the Coddle to go with that. But King Gaming have to be aware that this could also potentially be just like a distraction. You know, faking the Clockwork. Since the Clockwork is possibly going 3 or 4, they can't really for sure find out what they want to pick against the lane. Since
10 seconds
Evil
remaining.
Geniuses could obviously pick up another offlaner, a potential offlaner as their last pick.
5 seconds remaining.
I would expect it to be something like a good support. I think. I don't think the Clockwork is good in this situation.
Dire team's turn to pick.
Phantom
As the
Assassin.
Phantom Assassin gets picked out, the Blink being one of the better tools, escaping out of Clockwork Gears. Obviously, the blur is not going to be a effect when Viper has another toxin on her, which should be a problem until she gets BKB. But a lot of Phantom Assassins have been going like BKB second item or second or third item, so around the same power spike that Lifestealer would be ready to fight,
10
potentially
seconds
sooner.
remaining.
She'll have a faster farming item
5
time
seconds remaining.
because you get the Battle Fury faster than Radiance, since Radiance is a little more expensive. We'll see what the last pick is from Evil Geniuses, but I expect them to use their reserve time to kind of just deliberate on the composition of King Gaming here, which is a nice advantage for someone in last pick and has reserve time to spare. But yeah, I mean a strong lineup here for King Gaming. I don't like Death Prophet as a hero. I don't like the choice. I think Exorcism is a useless spell except for split pushing. And like if you're just dumb enough to like sit in the area and take like Exorcism damage, but it's like it's damage you don't really see being put in like immediate effect, you know? Like so which makes it hard for you to like commit an exorcism and like guarantee that you get something out of it. I just think I think Death Prophet's being used mostly for the silence as well as just like the laning. Like exorcism is a nice split push tool, but other than that, it's like makes you a lot weaker in terms of team fighting, other than just like, you know, running in the middle and being the tank. So King Gaming kind of a little bit down in terms of like damage and stuff. I should have expected the Death Prophet. It's a good combination with Slardar, I guess. Lets them do Roche really fast. Serpent Wards normally do Roche fast now, so that's another potential option as well. Just using Exorcism with Corrosive Haze to get Roche real fast. But even just gonna wait on this last pick here. 10 seconds left. Looks like they should have decided. Yeah. As the Darkshare comes
Choose
out,
your hero.
pretty typical offlaner, safe overall. Yeah, so it's gonna be position 4 Clockwork. Nothing else really different here. Kaka gonna take that Shadow Shaman, and Dark gonna take the Keeper of the Light. So position 5 Caldwell as we expected. The Shadow Shaman gonna go together with the Slardar here as 11 picks that up. If we're gonna anticipate how this game goes, mid's not gonna be exciting at all. It's Viper against Death Prophet. Both of them are just gonna clear waves and then try to farm. Potentially could get a gank for the Death Prophet. I don't think the Viper's going to want to gank. Um, though Crit and Fly are both potential gankers, whereas Kaka is probably the only potential ganker
10
for
seconds
KG.
remaining.
Sorry, I shouldn't make
5
noises on the
seconds
mic. It's
remaining.
pretty annoying. But yep, S4 gonna pick up that Darkseer. EG have a pretty decent lineup here. The Darkseer doesn't really combo together with anything other than like the Death Ward from Fly, who should have a hard time getting it off. Like you have to face off against Death Prophet, Silence, Shadow Shaman, CC, Slardar, Crush with Bash, Coddle, Wisp, which has pretty long range too, as well as like the potential for the Phantom Assassin to just burst you later in fights. So I mean, we've seen a lot of supports just get insta-gibbed in fights like as soon as they start in late game. So like I don't know how good the Witch Doctor is going to be since he's better the longer he stays alive, and odds are he's not going to stay alive for long. But might just be EG looking for a snowball here. With the Clockwork pick, it's pretty unique. Though they won't have good experiences ganking the safe lane. I predict them probably having better potential, maybe forming a tri-lane or just having the Clockwork roam down, take control of that area. Since the Darkseer is pretty proficient by himself, so could potentially suffer a tri-lane here, or I think it's likely that they have the Darkseer kind of just solo most of the time and have just crit roam and try to pressure bottom, I think, in the safe lane. As we'll get right into things here. Give me one moment so I can get my
For battle.
configuration in. There we go. So we'll take a look at the free camera, get this guy out of the way as we get into game one here for the best of 3 series between KG and EG. We'll shorten it to KG. If it's confusing, if I see it to be confusing, I'll change it back, but otherwise we're going to keep it like that for now. KG going for that swap here in the lanes, looking to just match the off lanes against each other, it looks like. Surprisingly enough, though, I'm thinking Slaughter's probably the better matchup against Lifestealer, right? Though, okay, yeah, EG might be doing the opposite here of what I was saying and just having the safe lane solo and the offlaner kind of just work together with those two and get kills, which in all
30
possibility
seconds to
is
battle.
probably as likely as laning with a nice, doing a tri-lane with a Lifestealer. So EG obviously gonna go for that bottom bounty room priority. 11, the only one really in the area as they set up the tri-lane top with the hard carry. So EG probably gonna be in for a surprise here. Pretty good move from KG, I think. They're probably more advantageous in this situation because this will allow their safe lane to still get farm without getting pressured and
Let's get
reduce the amount of
moving.
farm that Lifestealer gets, which is super crippling. As the crush comes out a little too late from 11, got stunned up by the assault battery. So tried to run into the wave there. Why he's trying to run into the trees as the paralyzing cask punishes him for that. Not really sure why he like walked in like in this area. Like it just doesn't make sense to. I mean, I guess you try to cut through the trees, but I mean, you're getting through tower either way if you just go straight down, so. Don't really see the point in it, but first blood picked up for Evil Genius there, pretty quick and easy. As they are not as successful in the top lane. Yeah, it looks like RTZ managed to pick up on the tri lane and called flyover, so they should be doing okay in this tri lane, I suppose. Does have paralyzing cast level 1, so Fly not really going to be too good at contributing as the right clicks from Shadow Shaman, very potent here, too, with Either Shock. Makes it very. That's why Shadow Shaman's really good in this game, because you can either go Shackles level 1 to like set up for aggressive gank, or just like get the Either Shock for laning, which is really nice. Like 95 mana for 140 damage level 1 single target is really good. Better than Brain Sap, but Brain Sap's more spammable. Plus Shadow Shaman has like a lot of right click, but like I said, not gonna see too much action in this mid lane, I suppose. As we'll take a look at the last hits in the first couple waves. Yeah, Sumail obviously at a slight disadvantage here since the Crypt Swarm as well as the Soul Siphon is going to be a little more pressure than he can handle, I think. Yeah, Poison Touch is going to be good for laning here, though he wants to max Nether Toxin so he can keep up with wave clear. Death Prophet does a lot of right click early, right? Yeah, oh, 68? 72 on level 3? Oh my goodness, that's a lot of right click. Sumail has 56, yeah. That's why he's really losing on the denies. Excuse me. Good job by Yi, though. As we see Crit coming up for the roam towards the mid lane here. Potentially a really good opportunity as he starts walking up. E might be in a bit of trouble here as he saw battery goes down together with the gears. The Soul Siphon though to try and heal him up. But yeah, he has no way to break the gears. So Assault and Battery is going to keep him there long enough for Sumail's Nether Toxin to pick up the kill. A second kill over to Evil Geniuses, trying to build up on that early game lead, as we were talking about earlier. Should be pretty good for them. Looks like a good start overall. I can see them snowballing this game really well, especially if Sumail gets his Atos really early, which, I mean, with that kill should be a good possibility.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Though
under
he is getting
attack.
pressured pretty hard by E here. As the Quipstrower might pick him up here on the last hit. He has to pop his Fairy Fire. Does have another one up in 3 seconds, but looks like 2 autos and the Quipstorm and he'll probably die. But he does have the cell, so he's going to pop that. Use that as the blink straight out and crit. Try to go for a roam top, unsuccessful, but might get punished by Kaka here as he continues to move through the trees. Uses the gears, yep, to zone out, so he should be safe and sound. As you see Dark pulling out a couple waves to prep for pulling the wave out early. Soul Siphon, action more mid against the Nether Toxin comes out onto E again. Salve to try and save him, but the last hit of Poison Touch is really well timed. So Sumail doing what he does best, putting up a pretty dominant position in mid. Didn't expect these guys to fight so much. Like, I really expected him to just throw down Nether Toxin and farm waves and, you know, E to kind of just Crypt Storm and clear waves, but he tried to take advantage of his, like, ability to be aggressive as a Death Prophet early with the Soul Siphon and Crypt Storm and, like, the high right click,
Radiant's
so.
middle tower is under attack.
Sumail gonna kind of display his skill there, be a little more efficient in trades. But yeah, I didn't really expect them to farm that much or to fight that much early on, but Sumail's gonna have a really fast Atos here if they do continue to fight. He really only going for the Null Talisman. S4 is really getting creative with what he's doing here. He's setting up the Ion Shell on the waves and then pulling a whole circle around like this way back towards the ward spot so that he can like kind of pull it together and grab jungle camps at the same time too, which is really cool. Double Ion Shell together Soul Ring gonna make that possible. Yeah, nothing much KG can do here since they are pretty much prioritizing this tri lane here. Not sure if it's still the right move though, because EG have fully rotated out their supports into this tri lane. The ping's out, however. Oh no, that's the ping from Crit, so might be looking to just block him and bait him into the trees. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're trying to bait this Dark here into the trees so that Crit can go on him with the Assault and Battery. The only disadvantage from Clockwork is you're gonna need that movement speed to close the gap earlier on, which is really hard. Gets the Coddle, who's pretty fast. 332, 307. He's 358 with Brown Boots, so not too bad. TP out from Kaka to go bottom, to try and mess with S4, who actually eats a Slitting Crush straight into a bash. Does also get Corrosive Haze, so the right click's potentially putting him down. Yep. Tries to get Surge off, but not going to be in time. Manages to pick up the Bounty Rune, but he's going to lose the second Bounty Rune as the Praiseling cast together with the Maledict out on the old chicken. He's going to go down for this Maledict, yep. The Rage pops, there's nothing Dark can do here. The Shadow Shaman really a mistake to rotate him out, I think. That's the only thing stopping you from eating a Rage to the face, right? Like, just getting popped. Could also just be Dark. The fact that he wasn't really far enough for the blink, I guess. Could have been a better position for him to blink too, I think. Yeah. He's just not really doing, I guess, a lot to cover. But it's hard with Coddle, since he doesn't have, like, mana regen. Really just going for these Brown Boots here so he can escape the Clockwork, I think. Yeah. Does have Chakra Magic, not being efficient. What are you doing, Dark? Yeah, there you go. It might have been just waiting to try and get a double Illuminate off, but I think you want to be as efficient with your Chakra Magic as possible since you're kind of losing this lane. Yeah. Surprisingly enough, though, EG not in as a commanding lead as I expected them to be, as S4 gets picked up again on the bottom lane. Kaka and 11 pick him up again. Yeah, he's falling down in net worth. That's from the last 2 kills. S4 needs to be a lot more careful because I think he just lost a huge amount of gold. Yeah, he managed to pick up a Vanguard here, but that's all it's going to be as Crit. Yep, coming up again for another gank. The Maledict going to be a pretty easy pickup. As the cast sets up for Crit to just walk up and press Assault and Battery. Sumail potentially getting jumped on here. The Exorcism pop from Yi. The Shackle's coming down on him as the Soul Siphon. Yep, it's going to put him down. The Corrosive Haze there to finish him off. Fly also in a potential trouble as the Crush goes on him as well with the Soul Siphon. Paralyzing cast to try and hold them there, but Crit's going to be a little too late as he pops the gears to get out safely. Exorcism going to still be active to push this tower down, so they might need a rotation. As Sumail's going to be down for another 10 seconds, but they just have to fortify instead.
Dire's middle tower
Crit,
isn't going to
you
last
want to
long.
kill that cannon, the catapult. He's tanking the tower. You,
Dire's middle
okay,
tower is under
all right,
attack.
whatever. Then I guess you with a really good move there for KG, getting a good kill on the mid laner, putting them back a good amount. I think he didn't manage to get the staff wizardry. He picked up the crown though to reduce how much gold he lost, so it's not too bad as KG looking for a 3-man cell here coming down into the bottom lane. Fine crit on the back, and yeah, the thing with the clockwork is that when he's running in that direction, like when to try and get flanks, he doesn't have much vision unless he establishes it earlier on, and if he gets spotted, it just makes them a lot more wary for the clockwork gank, as we see 4 members of EG down here. Looks like they're trying to go for a play with Sumail now that he has Viper Strike, so he can try to, like, you know, get a faster Atos, but probably going to be a little unsuccessful here as they opt to not commit to the tower. Crit gonna TP to cover the mid lane, looks like, as Sumail's just going to walk back over. At this point, Arteezy's just been left alone relatively, yeah. Since the Coddle doesn't really pose much of a threat, she really only has to worry about PA once she hits 6. And I mean, like, even then, if she commits Blink Strike, then there's a good chance he can still fight her. So, not too sure how this lane's working out for them with the swap, but I guess it's better than playing against a Darkseer, I suppose. Especially for 11, who's probably, yeah, highest net worth in the game. The Corrosive Haze really just accelerating his farm, as well as just, like, him being able to farm freely here against a Darkseer is really nice. Looks like he's gonna, yeah, offer the level. Oh, the initial Blink Dagger. That's a pretty interesting buy. Not many Slider players opting for that recently. We've seen a lot of, I think I've seen some, like, possibly Medallion, Urn, and the Spirit Vessel, a couple different options, as well as, like, I think Drums too, potentially, is an option. But he's gonna go for the classic Blink Dagger build here. Not gonna buy it yet. Actually has it, I believe, in his Courier? Right? Yeah. He has it in Courier, so he's trying to... Oh, no, he went Midas. Oh, okay, so... Never mind about that. Not trying to fight here, it seems. Looks like he's kind of realized and identified that he's doing the best on the team so far. So he just needs to take his gold and accelerate and try to snowball as much as he can with that. Really good decision. I don't think he's in a position to really pressure without losing a lot of gold. So, yeah. And Arteezy and Sumail are pretty much just going to be off the map now until they get their farming items or their power spikes like Atos. Which, yeah, Sumail's pretty close actually. 1,000 gold away. As S-Ward's going to keep getting constantly pressured here. The Iron Shogun going to be a good way for him to just pick up the farm regardless as the bounties. Yep, coming up for 10 minutes, but he gets punished. Yep, it's Fly. Trying to get a little greedy for these bounties. Didn't expect didn't expect 3 members of KG to be there, so... E going to pick up another kill there. Pretty unfortunate as he should be going for... Phase Boots into... Yules? Yule's a good item. Could potentially go Force Staff here to avoid the Clockwork Gears, but fighting here onto 11 as he does have Sprint and a Haste. The Assault Battery gonna slow him down long enough so that Sumail's Venom will be able to pick up that kill. 5 to 6 right now. KG stabilizing decently well. The Death Prophet and the PA need to get more farm though. Like the Death Prophet needs to start going in the farm. Chicken has level 6 so he can start farming jungle now, but you want to get the Battle Fury. He didn't really get enough golden laning phase for the jungling to give him an appropriate power spike. As he jumps down onto S4, punishes him for being in the bottom lane. Serpent Word is also expended from Kaka, so those are both of KG's split pushing ultis, so they won't be able to continue their push here after getting S4. Unfortunate, but still a possibility to be to take the lead here. KG instead just gonna opt to continue to push here with the Exorcism. Yeah, gonna make the most out of it if he can, but doesn't have the mana to Crypt Swarm the minion wave, so a lot of that Exorcism just hit the minions. Yeah, unfortunate. I think he should have tried to get the mana back up to use it. Maybe Wand if he had it, but he had Clarity in inventory too. Oh, it was active already, so nothing else he could really do about it. It's the smoke from Crit and Sumail. Dark indicating that Lifestealer's missing, so people are gonna be a little careful as RTZ goes for that TP bottom. Looks like EG trying to take control of this bottom side of the map as 11 gonna TP out of there and gonna mid. Yeah, looks like a lot of KG opting to retreat from the bottom side. Kind of a telltale sign. Looks like the ping out for the Lifestealer indicated the lane swap that EG were gonna go for, so KG taking note of it. Crit actually spotting 11 out here with that ward. Should be, right? Yep, as Crit gets spotted, the Surge going to go out on him as the Viper Strike out on 11, combined with the Atos and Nether Toxin, going to be a pretty lethal combo. He goes down almost immediately. Death Ward out from Fly, the hook shot out onto E2 as well. The Wisp going to try and disengage, but it's just going to get killed immediately. Dark really not going to be able to peel off of the off of EG here. Poison Touch actually going to put the rest of KG in a bit of a situation as the wall comes down. Lock out Dark. Another kill picked up for EG. That's 3 for EG in exchange for nothing as they go for the mid tier 1 here. No backdoor protection to keep them out. So TZ continues his farming spree in the bottom lane. EG seem to be, I mean, they're in a comfortable position since they're ahead, but they really need to start accelerating the game. Now that Sumail has Atos, they should really start just be going for ganks with Fly and Sumail constantly. I don't think Crit's the one to go for it, as kind of hard for him to set up with that hook shot, so he's probably going to be trying to contribute to like counter ganks or like, you know, surprise ganks in a lane. But I just want to see Fly go together with Sumail and pick up kills that way. That'll be a lot easier for EG if they hit the double DOT with the Maledict and the Viper Strike. And even the Nether Toxin too. Like all the poison from Viper combined with Maledict is so good. So it's a good choice, I think, from EG here for the Witch Doctor. I was pretty skeptical at first, considering like it's kind of weak at laning, but they used it pretty well. Got like an aggressive stance earlier on. It's the hook shot actually off from Crit. Really nice shot there. Is the Maledict gonna lock him down? Death Ward combination. It's already off cooldown. Oh, it's a 80-second cooldown. That's crazy. Okay, yeah. They're gonna pick up the kill on 11. Pretty good timing too, as 11's gonna be up just in time for the bounty room, but probably not gonna be there in time to zone out EG. So EG probably gonna get a guaranteed bottom 2 bounty runes here. If they make a rotation out, which it looks like they're actually indicating right now. Yeah, they're looking, yep. They know that Kaka's going to try and push here with Serpent Wards, so they're going to try and make the rotation here. Could be unexpected, as Crit does have an Invis rune. Together Surge, puts him immediately in the gears, and that's going to be a lockdown and kill on Kaka. As the Viper Strike expended onto Dark, also found out of position. Another kill for EG. Things are looking in the possibly worst case scenario here for KG, and the best case scenario for EG. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad that you lose your supports, but KG really messing up there, not noticing the fact that EG disappeared from the bottom side of the map. They didn't really have the vision to indicate it, though, so. Unfortunate. EG with it was a nice bait, just kind of letting them assume that they were gonna play to like what most people do what most teams are doing in the mid game right now, and just opting for split push pressure. As another hook shot onto 11, he's gonna go down again. Like I said, he's gonna be a little too late to zone out the bounty rune. The double combo again with the hook shot and the death ward. It's just every time he's up, he gets hit by both of them. That sucks. But yeah, EG doing really well to put down the guy on the top of the net board, putting him down to 5th place from first. That's rough. Yeah. It's going to be a really rough game from KG from here on out. Yule's coming in from Yi here. Not the greatest choice, but still like one of the better choices for Death Prophet to keep him alive and maximize the duration of Exorcism. Yeah. Fortunately for 11, though he was looking for a lot of farm here with his Midas, wasn't the right move, I think. I think the Blink Strike was better. I think he expected the aggression to come out a little later from EG, considering how they were playing onto him specifically. I think he thought EG were going to try and pressure PA more, but there's nothing really you can do against her. She's in the jungle, and it's really hard to fight unless you commit the full team rotation. So 11 going to be the better choice since he doesn't have the Blink Dagger. They probably spotted him out with the Blink or with the Midas and made the decision that they want to pressure him more. Gonna be a good choice though for EG, as a smoke from KG to try and zone things out, expecting 11 to get ganked again in the bottom lane, but EG are really only going for him when he's like right here, right? Like he died here for the bounty rune, but then before that he died here on the rotation, I think. I think he was just picking up jungle camps, like he's just going through the regular jungle path, but gets ganked when EG make the rotation or like collapse from both sides, so things are a little sad for 11 right now. See some pings out from EG, looking to focus on this top tier 1 as KG really just stabilizing, grouping mid, possibly ready for a team fight, or to pressure mid here with their ultis. Exorcism is back up together with Serpent Ward, so EG, yep, they're looking for pressure on this, but they're going to immediately rotate out, looking to stop that push from KG, but KG with the pump fake. instead opting to smoke up to the top tower. Looks like both teams are trying to make a reactive play, and EG are committing for this top tower, but they did make the rotation for S4 and Arteezy, so S4 and Arteezy aren't there. Four members of KG there as Sewer System is popped almost immediately. Slithering Crush going to come down, but he does get CC'd. Willow counting on three members of EG. Crit going to get hit by the shackles, but the gear going to zone him out. 11 is Yee's in a really bad position here with the manages to get the Yules off though to keep him safe for a slight duration. The Soul Siphon going to give him a little bit of heal, but the catch is there. RT is going to pick up that kill with the infestation. Dark is also going to go down as well. Kaka, unfortunately, not going to be able to make this TP out since the Atos cancels his TP channel. 4 people down in advantage of EG. This is looking like a bad game. Yeah. I mean, when I'm seeing a team that is lesser known or that I'm not very familiar with as like a popular, like, let's say if it's a team, we'll talk about popular teams as teams that like more than once or twice go to TI and majors, you know, they attend on a regular basis, place highly on a regular basis. So when you see EG here up against King Gaming, a lesser known team, I would have expected this kind of game one to happen where EG kind of outsmart them in the first game, or KG kind of pull a surprise and surprise EG in the first game and take the win. But yeah, this scenario had a high chance of happening, I think, as Chicken now does have his Battle Fury. Gonna go for that second item BKB as mentioned earlier on the draft, but Crit going for that. Crit's going for Spirit Vessel instead of like a Force Staff. Just looking to be as aggressive and get as much damage in as possible so that he can secure those picks. Prevent the healing from Soul Siphon as well, which is nice. That's also another compliment to the Spirit Vessel, making it so that you do reduce healing. S4 gonna go for that Crimson Guard of Vlad, so really the big aura boy in the fights. Really just he's just coming in to surge people, be a utility, give them Ion Shell, and maybe get a nice vacuum every now and then, but EG are really looking for that single target pickoff, which is why they backed up and went on to Yi when he overextended. The gear is also being a really good zoning tool in fights, so yeah, it's really not looking too good for KG. If we want to see a good fight out from them, they need to get a pick, I think. A good pick with 11, who probably should have his Blink Dagger now, right? Yeah, he did have it in the last fight, so yeah, he does have his Blink Dagger now. Unfortunately, not as strong as if he opted for a Blink Dagger and another item, as Chicken actually getting caught out of position here on the top lane. Tries to go for some split push with his Battle Fury, but Sumail with his Atos and Crit with the hookshot gonna pick it up pretty easily. Yeah, I don't think the PA can really overextend here. I don't think anyone in KG can really overextend against like hookshot and Atos. The range on them is just too large this patch. There's a Crit zoning at 11 for that bounty rune. I haven't really talked too much about the bounty runes. I think constantly EG have been trying to pressure around the bounty runes. Fly obviously was a casualty a couple times, but EG are getting the better at this game, I think. 6 to 18 right now. Arceus is on the top in net worth. Should have his Radiance, yeah. Went for the Midas Radiance build instead of the Armlet. Didn't really have to fight at any point in time, so he's just fine with getting as greedy as possible. Obviously, Chicken gonna be in a slightly old Chicken. We'll call him old Chicken, being in a slightly less fortunate scenario. Dark with his Tranquil Boots. That's cool. He's a Wisp bot anyways, so not much else he can do there. So EG pick up the top tier 2. Really in command of the map here. Not much KG can do in response other than try to get like a decent fight, but they're really banking on the mistakes from EG. As EG are just gonna advance on this top tier 3. Looking actually for Rax as a surge from Arteezy along with the Rage straight out on the Dark. It's going to be a 4-hit KO with the Radiance. The attack speed from Rage really going to be the biggest contributor for that. But the buyback from Dark, as he does have Wisp up and Illuminate available, could potentially see Arteezy going up again for another quick kill, as he does still have Rage up again. Infest also up. Looks like they are, yeah, trying to go for Yi, trying to put him down low enough so that Exorcism isn't as efficient in the fight, as they do pick up the tower without really much resistance. EG are pretty lacking in terms of split push tools and like objective taking tools. Like they don't have armor reduction really. They have the auras from S4 and that's it. I mean Arteezy and Sumail aren't really going to be the best tower pushers, so yeah, I mean that's a good indicator that EG weren't really going for that late game build. Like you can't really tear down towers that fast unless you get to the late game, so like EG kind of looking to, I guess, really go for kills and not really objectives here. As the smoke from KG really gonna keep them hidden. Artesia spotted it out though. The smoke pop from Kaka is gonna immediately retreat. Yeah, everyone knows EJ's up on that ramp now since the smoke was
Someone
popped
better
there,
help
but
guard the middle tower.
KG really gonna try to. You should be trying to get bottom jungle control now, because I mean they're just gonna keep going for the racks, right? Yeah, they're in a better position to go for the racks. You can't keep making rotations back to
Radiant's
it.
top barracks are going to blow over.
Yeah, mistimed, unfortunately for KG, as EG gets some free damage out on the range racks. Coming back, however, though, is the Crypt Swarm, plus the Illuminate and the Ether Shot gonna pick up that wave. Corrosive Haze and RTZ, but he can purge it with Rage, so he's looking pretty okay right now. So up and went straight out on the E. The fight gonna start almost immediately as E forces Saft out by his team. Also has a Glimmer to put him in safety as the Blink Slithering Crush out comes out on Sumail and crit. Nothing really gonna happen there. Blinding Light gonna try and disengage. 11, kind of making a mistake there. Not really, yeah. They're looking for a pick, but it's really hard as the Atos out immediately almost on 11. The Whisk gonna CC most of the members of EG though. 11's not gonna go down as the chance just doesn't comes out from Yi. EG trying to get a kick here as they go jump out onto Kaka. He goes down. Old Chicken's gonna be a bit of a dangerous situation as the jump out from RTZ. Yep, RTZ surged up. He's just got free reign over this. Picks up Yi pretty easily. 11 gonna bash him and get the Slithering Crush off, but the open wounds is gonna ensure that he dies. Yeah, this is a wash for EG as KG called the GG. Easy game one for EG. It looks like KG are gonna have to make some adjustments here. If we're looking at the okay, let's take a look at the net graph here. This is a bad thing. So in terms of what KG want from their game, this is okay. This part of the graph is more than okay. So this is fine. I don't mind this. This is where it gets rough. The fact that they snowballed so hard out of control when the PA got her Battle Fury at the same time as the Lifestealer, just they got picked off so many times. I think, yeah, the main contributor is the fact that EG went for such aggressive plays and fights that KG were not expecting it. They're still stuck in that meta where they're just running around running around and kind of circling around the enemy team and trying to pressure on the opposite side of the map, but EG have no split push. So they're 100% going to lose the split push every single time. So, I mean, their best play at that point, if anyone's committing to split push, is to just rotate and try to kill him. Since they have the Surge to try and take him off guard, and, a bunch of other entryways to catching people. The Surge is the greatest one, obviously, but the hook shot, the Death Ward combo with the gears killed 11 so many times, and that one pick top where it was so sad. It was so sad. I don't know. Old Chicken got his Battle Fury, had two camps and then went top, and then just immediately died. That was the worst part. That sums up the whole game. I think, in all honesty, they just got outpaced, got snowballed, didn't make the right decisions, weren't playing careful enough. So hopefully they're a little more wary, as we'll probably go into the game 2 here. It'll be a separate recording. I'm just queuing it up so we can get the second recording in almost immediately. Apologies too, by the way, if the next couple of videos I might seem a little tired. I am trying to do a lot of these videos in as quick as possible, just so I can get it out in a reasonable time. We've already had another patch come out after the tournament, so I can't dwell on it too long, but I do want to present this whole thing as a one big project. So I appreciate you guys watching. As always, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to support me. Thanks for all the support, but I'll see you guys next time. Peace.